Mix a touch of alizarin crimson into the ultramarine sky color so as to tone down the bright blue. We have some clouds in the sky, so leave out some white areas. And do this in a very random fashion. Start dark at the top and gradually lighten up towards the horizon. Use a tissue to regulate the wetness of the paper. Now brush a very light orange mix into the cloud area because the clouds are never truly white. They always reflect something that is around about them. Use a small round brush to mask out all the lupins. Don't make them all the same size. The closer ones will obviously be larger than the distant flowers, and also the flowers themselves are not always of the same size. It's very important to remember to very regularly clean the brush in water to not let the masking fluid harden on the brush hairs. You can use the same brush that you use for masking the flowers to paint in the dark trees. Do this in a dabbing manner, and don't forget to leave gaps for the birds to fly through. Yellow with a touch of dark green is used for these bushes, and then a much more yellow mix for the open grassy area. We can now add in all the smaller darker bushes to the left side and a hint of shading to the grassy patch. Apply a light orange color to the stonework walls of the church and a blue-grey to the shadow side as well as to the roof area. Also add a glaze over the previously painted wall in the sunshine and make sure that some of the orange color must still be visible. The tussocks are painted in with burnt sienna and then paint in all the other small bushes in an impressionistic manner. We want a lot of tonal ranges in this area. Now back to the church, and with a dark grey color paint the roof, the tower details and openings in the stone walls. Dab out a section of the large window to simulate reflection of the glass. Use the side of the brush in a dabbing action to give the impression of stonework in the walls, and some stones will be different sizes as well as different tonal ranges. Start by placing all the shadow patches in as an underpainting. Notice how all the masking fluid is beginning to show up. To show aerial perspective in the painting, we need to darken up some of the foreground area using the wet in wet technique and work in the rest of the darker shadow areas, being careful to keep it darker in the foreground and lighter towards the distance. When this underpainting is dried, begin with a darker color to add in all the rises and leaves, going smaller and thinner and lighter towards the distance. We can now use an HB pencil here to gently add in the shadows to give the impression of the steps. Very roughly add color to the three figures, as well as finalizing the shadows on the church. Coming back to the lupins, to emphasize the lighter colored lupins, we need to darken up the areas next to them. And while doing that, we might as well add some more vertical lines for leaves. Go over the whole patch until you are satisfied with the effect you want to achieve. Notice how I started the field fairly large on the left side and made it disappear into the distance towards the right. It would have been too monotonous if all had been the same size. Add a very light purple color to some of the flowers and spot in the darker purple blues for the flower heads. Continue painting the flowers in the center area, keeping it brighter and darker in the foreground. Now we can work towards the sides of the painting with some of the flowers, also using a warm purple color for interest in some of them. Add some of the flowers in the shade and lots of spots in the area to give the impression of many flowers in the distance. Notice that some white spots have been left unpainted to add some sparkle to the flower patch. Add some other darks as well for interest. Please like this video if you have enjoyed watching it and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe so we can inform you when we bring out more new tutorials like this one. If you would like to see the paint-along version of this class, head over to our website, onlineartlessons.com. Thank you for watching.